Okay, what we have here is pretty special for us here at Prestige. This is an all aluminum based 363 cubic inch small block Ford. We start life basically with a Carroll Shelby all aluminum block. That's going to be a 4125 bore. This particular setup gets a 3.4 inch stroke, 5/4 rod, and a really nice custom forged piston. We're running an AFR 185 CNC head right out of the box. Got a good spring. This particular combination actually, due to be a good driver and that sort of thing, we're running our 425 horsepower camshaft, and we've done some preliminary pulls. Basically, we're in the 440 to 450 horsepower range, and a lot of that has to do with basically a little bit more cubic inch than typically our standard 347, and we've got a little bit better cylinder head, what would be more up to be, say, on our Super Street Series motor. So, and that's kind of what this is. It almost somewhat falls into the Eliminator type of stuff, other than the fact that it doesn't make ungodly crazy amounts of power like, most of the Eliminator stuff we do is 2300 horsepower. So, we're also utilizing an INGLESE stacked Weber injection, just an as-cast manifold, and then the INGLESE Weber injection system. Running a Holley HP EFI. I'm going to grab the camera here in a minute and walk around, show you some of the more detailed stuff on this. But we also have Scorpion Racing Scorpion Racing tie bar hydraulic roller lifters. Really, really nice piece made in the US, as well as their full roller rocker arms as well. So nice little thing to point out. And you'll see when I show you this, the idea of this build, this is for a FIA Cobra. The FIA, and this is what makes this special, is that FIA Cobra is basically a 50th anniversary tribute to the Carroll Shelby Cobras. They built one, sold 50 of them at the Barrett-Jackson. Now, most of the motors and the construction of the car or installation of the engine is all done within the Shelby group. Now, one customer was kind enough to step outside of that group and wanted us to develop a cool combination, something a little bit different, and also bring the car for the install. What's really, really nice is basically we're one of the only companies on the east side of the Mississippi that is going to build one of these cars and has developed a little bit different engine combination than what's going to be typical to see in all the rest of the cars that are being built. So that's kind of a cool little carrot in our hat, if you will. We do have a good front sump Canton pan, and the pulley system is a March pulley and bracket system. We're using a standard rotation water pump, which is a as-cast aluminum finish. Same thing with the 100 amp alternator is an as-cast finish, and we've chosen to do the serpentine bracketry and pulleys in black powder coat. And the reason for this is typically the Shelby engine would have a standard stamped steel V-belt. Well, our feeling is in today's day and age, a lot of the Cobra kit car builders and guys that are putting these cars together and or selling packages are doing Tremec transmissions, stacked fuel injection, stuff that wasn't really necessarily original to those cars anyway. So our feeling is, why cheap out on the pulley system? We don't do any V-belts here, so our plan of attack was, let's make it look like a V-belt system based on black pulleys. They would have been a black stamped steel pulley and a black bracket. So we've done and tried to recreate that with the March pulley system. We're using a small diameter distributor, an MSD Pro Billet, with a black cap, which would have been a standard deal, would have been a black cap on these. And we opted to have the manifold in an as-cast finish as well, just kind of somewhat trying to replicate the originality of what that car was. So I think that kind of covers it. And we'll do a little bit, we'll do some run, show you some runs on this, show you how zippy it is. This thing revs super quick. That's what's nice about these. And being on EFI, it's a fully manageable system. And just makes it a pleasure to drive. So we'll be taking delivery middle of July of the car. It'll be coming directly from Shelby's builder. And then we'll be sinking this bad boy in there, and we'll give you an update once we're finished. So let me grab the camera, show you around, give you a close-up, and hope you like it. This is just the walk around. All right, as mentioned, Scorpion Racing products. We got basically their hydraulic roller tie bar retrofit style lifter in our Shelby all aluminum block, AFR heads, our beautiful little March pulley and bracket system. I say beautiful, it's toned down, but it's just right for this combination. One of the things with us at Prestige is we really will go the extra mile to not only develop a good motor combination, but we really try and foresee forward what does a gentleman want, what's the look he's going for. Even this engine, we were about to kind of go a little overboard with the valve covers. We work with a really bad to the bone company, do an all billet valve cover, CNC machine snake skin into the top of them. They're not for the faint of heart because they are about $2,500, but in this case, we have just chosen a standard, Shelby cover, and that's going to replicate, somewhat of what this engine or car would have had in it for an engine. Once again, the INGLESE stacked injection. We prefer, for many reasons, the Holley HP. So you'll see the Holley HP system. You'll know in other videos how nice their connections are. You can repin any of this as needed. It's a fully programmable management system, but it is also a self-learning system. What's very important with that is it not only allows us to properly tune this motor, but if we do have maybe too much camshaft or something of that nature in this motor and it does have low vacuum at idle, we'll be able to go ahead and fine tune for that. Not only that, it allows us to further enhance our customer service because with an online connection, we can either diagnose and or troubleshoot or fine tune a gentleman's combination right here from our desktop. So cleanliness of our wiring on the dyno, of course, isn't as nice as it will be in the car. This is just for initial testing. So we've got our boom here with our Holley management system and running the INGLESE stacked injection. So let's get running this thing. We'll button it back up. We're just doing a valve train check and we're gonna blast this baby for you, show you how quick it revs, how nice of a driver this will really be. So stay tuned also for when the car is finished. We'll definitely have some good video footage of that. When you think quality, we're going to make a run on our FIA Cobra, just make a quick sweep, and then show you how responsive this bad boy is. Not too bad, 451 horsepower at 6,100. Supposed to get 430 foot-pounds at 46. Pretty strong considering that's a 425 horsepower camshaft in combination for us, so it runs pretty well. So if you just get an idea, sitting here at 900 RPM idle, got pretty good, about 14/8. And it's just responsive. And in the car, I'd imagine it'd be just bad to the bone.